making all the family members present very nervous is Eugene! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, while we run along, you may have seen our next act on Australia's Most Wanted. You may have seen our next act on Australia's Most Wanted. It is Australia's favourite bikie. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Maggot!
G'day folks, great to be out of prison. Let me just put a posh splice over here. I tell you what, it makes a really nice change to be under a bright light where I don't have a copper screaming in my face going, "Where the fuck were you on the 15th of June at 8 o'clock? I said, "Was that AM or PM?" He said, "PM, don't be a fucking smart ass." So I said, "Oh, let me see, 15th of June, 8 PM. I know where I was. You were on night shift and I was home banging your missus. Do you think he was losing the plot?" I said, "I got her down on all fours and I was jackhammering her cervix." This guy just completely lost his fucking mind. But before I go any further, are there any cops in here tonight?
Yes.
I knew there's always one. They like to sneak in with the humans. But often a lot of people get quite intimidated by the way we look. And I understand that. You know, I go into a shop and, there'll be a lady standing there with a couple of kitties and she'll take one look at me and she'll grab those kitties and she'll bring them in nice and tight and say, out the corner of her mouth, talk out the side of her mouth, "You just stay close to mummy." And I look at her and go, "Hey lady, I'm a biker, not a fucking pedophile." But I tell you who's not intimidated by us. Happy, smiling Christians. I'm walking through the city and this Christian comes bounding up to me and he's got a copy of the good book in his hand and he says to me, "Excuse me sir, excuse me, do you know Jesus?" I said, "I tell you what pal, you open that Bible and you're going to get to meet Jesus." He said, No. He said, "Do you know that Jesus loves you? He loves everything about you. He knows you since you were born. And he just loves you the way you are." I said, "Oh, really? Honestly, man, I'm not into any of that man-on-man stuff. Let me tell you that right now." He said, No, he loves you in a very special way." I said, "Dude, I'm not dancing the chocolate cha-cha for anyone." And but you know what? He wouldn't give up. He wouldn't give up. He said, "Do you know?" I said, hang on. "What's that over there?" "Oh, sorry, mate. What happened? Did you fall on my elbow?" "Oh, you're right. You're looking a little bit dizzy. Take a seat over here. By the way, Jesus loves you." So, I've had to give up drinking recently. See, I'm on water tonight. And I've had to give up drinking because of the blackouts. I get myself in some real tight spots. And I just wake up in really strange places, like the back of police cars. The funniest place I woke up was in Kwinana in the Best Buys bin at Aldi. And I had some toothless single mother trying to stuff me into the trolley and she's going, "I'm taking this one home." Oh yeah, like fuck you are. But where it really hit me was when I woke up just recently and it was a big night. We'd been at the clubhouse. It was a really big night. And I woke up and I look up and there's this ceiling fan just spinning gently over me. And it had this huge pair of knickers hanging off it. And next minute I hear... "Oh, Jesus Christ, that fucking stinks!" And I look over and there's this mound in the bed. And I'm like, "Oh no, what have I done?" I'm thinking to myself, I've got to get out of here before this bird shits all over me. So I thought, before I go, I've got to have a look. I've got to see how bad this is. So I gently sort of peek over and have a look and go, "Oh, I made it home okay." But let me tell you guys, I've been married for about 30 years, and marriage is a tough gig. Marriage is a really tough gig. I was sitting in the lounge and I hear the missus yell out, "What would you like for dinner tonight, my darling? Chicken, fish or lamb?" I said, "Oh, I'll have the chicken, thanks, darling." She goes, "Get your own dinner, I was talking to the fucking cat." Later that night, I spent a good hour defrosting the fridge, but she likes to call it foreplay. Next morning, I'm just laying in bed. You know that morning afterglow you get? You know that post-coital afterglow? I'm just laying there in bed and she's getting ready for work, and I just said to her, "Hey, Dal, come on, be honest with me. Be truthful. Tell me. Did you fake it last night?" She goes, "No, sweetheart, I really was asleep." And often that sort of stuff, just leads to all sorts of fights and carry on. And I said to her, "Look, Dale, I really would like to spice up our sex life a bit, and I'd like to make a home porno." She's like, no way. I'm going, "Come on, sweetheart." Anyway, after about 3 or 4 months, I finally convinced her to make a home porno. I thought, "Yep, you beauty." So I said, "Right, we'll do it next weekend." And then she lost the fucking plot when I told her that I was going to start holding auditions for her part. So we got into this massive fight, and honestly, my missus should have been an archaeologist, because she just loves dragging up old shit from the past. And we're having this fight. I don't know why we had this fight one day, and it was about breadcrumbs on the sideboard, or fucking the lid was off the toothpaste or something like that. And we're fighting and carrying on, and then she comes out, and guys, you'll know this. She came out with something that had absolutely nothing to do with the fight, and nothing to do with anything we've ever discussed in 35 years of marriage. She turned around to me and she says, "You know what? I think you need a penis enlargement." I thought, "Oh, you fucking bitch." I said, "All right, if that's what you think, I'm going to do it." So I went out and I got myself a penis enlargement. She's a 20-year-old pole dancer called Tiffany. And let me tell you, young Tiffany gives Uncle Maggot quite a stiffy. The other night she was giving me the most amazing gobby. And then absolutely out of nowhere, she slips in a wet willy straight up the rusty bullet hole. I'm like, hey! That's not part of the fucking deal! Before she could do anything else, or I could say any more, she's hit my prostate. I've erupted like Mount Krakatoa. Honestly, I blew so hard, she had that much jizz driven off and she looked like she'd been hit by a Mr. Whippy van. I went home 2 hours later and I still had a bone of that hard you could cut diamonds with it. I went into the bedroom and I said, I was able to poke the cat out from under the bed. I said, "There you go, you furry fuck, that's for getting my chicken the other night." I'll finish up on a very quick story. Me and the boys went for a quick ride the other day, and we stopped outside a cafe, and there's a guy selling raffle tickets, disabled guy. And he said, "Mate, do you want $4 and you can win $50,000 cash?" And all the boys, "Yeah, no worries, mate, we'll help you out. Good on you." Disabled guy, "Mate, love your work." Anyway, this guy turns up in a black BMW, and he obviously thought he was some sort of fashionista, because he got out with his fucking Morris Mead haircut, and he thought he was real cool because he had a scarf and a belt. And the guy said to him, "Mate, would you like to buy a raffle ticket and you can win $50,000 cash?" And the guy goes, "What do I want $50,000 cash for? I've already got that sitting in my safe at home." I thought, "Oh, you bastard. That's fucking really unnecessary." So you know what me and the boys did? We followed him home. And guess what? He did have $50,000 in his safe at home. The funny thing was, when he regained consciousness, he had none. So me and the boys, we went right back to that disabled guy. We walked right up to him and said, dude, we love your work. We came into a little bit of a windfall and we want to give you the whole lot. So here's $1,000. That's my bit. Thanks very much, guys.